Okay. What up, everybody? We're the Long Story Short Show. We are trying to bring you some more content, so we are actually bringing you our reaction. I actually didn't get a chance to watch it. This is going to be their reaction to the Arrowverse Elseworlds crossover event. So I was actually thinking you guys could try to do it this way. How about you guys just tell me what happened and
Okay.
tell me all the good parts?
All right.
Go ahead, Jen. You go ahead and
Yeah.
start,
All
Barry.
right. So, in number one, it's a great intro setup. So basically, what happens is Dr. Destiny, he gets a book from the monitor and he recreates reality. And in this new reality, Barry is Barry and Ollie is Ollie, but they have each other's powers, and everyone else thinks they're swapped.
Are they good at each other's powers?
No. No, not at all. Not at first. Not at first at all. Um, yeah.
Is everybody like, hey, why are you so bad?
No, they actually
No,
don't even like recognize
like
that they're
Cisco kind of
bad.
acknowledges it because like they send Ollie, the speedster, to go stop some bank robbery or some shit, but he overshoots it.
Yeah, he does.
And nobody's like, hey, you're kind of 4 years into this, so what the fuck's going on?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and
he's just
then
like get it together.
Barry, the arrow Barry, he was with Diggle, and Diggle was like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna shoot a sensory arrow," but he doesn't. He shoots a regular arrow, and then he just jumps down there and just fights everybody.
There's also a part where it first
So
opened up.
you just fuck the bow, right?
Look, there is a part in the very beginning where Barry was introduced as the Green Arrow, and he's sparring with Dig, and we've all seen Barry. That dude's like a buck 20 wet. My man hit Diggs with an uppercut that put him on his ass.
Well, that's when. Well, after that, it was funny because like
Get off the
he
boat!
like lifted up his shirt and of course that was just for the ladies so they could see if Barry had abs. And he was like, "Oh, I guess I am Oliver."
You
Like,
already had those
so
abs. You
so did
run.
you have abs before Barry or do you have abs now? Like, you had abs before. Like, whatever, Barry.
This motherfucker like a buck 20 what? Like, what's motherfucker?
He's here. And that did. He had the 2 feet up too, like a bitch. He just fell on his ass on the
Okay,
mat.
so they basically have to meet everybody on everybody's team.
Yeah, so basically they meet up and then they try to convince uh, the Star Labs team that they're swapped, kind of thing, yada yada. But they
I
don't
gotta
believe
set it
them.
straight.
But they don't believe them. They lock them up.
Iris is like totally flirting with Ollie. I'm like, I would never look at Barry. Like, look at him. You don't
Yeah,
really
she's
got
like,
eyes
that's
for
not my
you.
type. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
like all touching on Ollie too, like all like, yeah, aren't you all better now? And like Barry's standing right there, and he's like,
Oh, Barry tells like Ollie to tell Iris that they are really switched, and she needs to trust you because she's his lightning rod. And Ollie scoffs like you're about to.
but it works every time.
and then
It
and then
works every
and
time,
then
boys.
he goes, "Oh, you're serious?" And then Barry actually goes over there and talks to her, and it was like, "You're my lightning rod, baby." And he's like, so
And it
Iris
works.
certainly believes that is Barry because only Barry would call her his lightning rod.
Yeah, so she lets them escape, and then what
Whoa.
else happened?
Okay.
Ollie
Oh,
talks shit to Barry because he says Barry's life is a soap opera and always has to have an emotional dumping instead of just getting the job done. And Barry's like, "You don't
yeah.
feel enough." And he's like, "All I
Yeah.
do is feel."
Oh, so then Barry figures out like, hey, maybe the switcheroo just
Does
happened
Barry
on
have an
there.
arrow voice? Does Barry have a Batman voice?
No, he has a Barry voice.
He, yeah, it's Barry, but he's trying. But no, it's Barry. He tried. You have failed this city. Like, that's not very arrow-esque, but all right.
Okay.
So Barry's like, oh, maybe this just happened on our world. Maybe if we go to Earth 38 and see Kara, Supergirl, then she'll recognize us and she can help us like get back. And so they go and see her, and she's with Clark and Lois, and it works. Like she knows that they're like Barry's Barry and Ollie's Ollie, but Ollie does like the fast
Phasing.
thing, the phasing thing to show that he has the powers. So she helps him, and they help each other. There's this cool like team up fighting with like Superman, Supergirl, Barry as the Arrow still, and Ollie as the Flash, and yeah, they're like all fighting together.
Wait, so how do they get to Earth 38?
They breach. Use one of those breaching
button.
devices that
The
Cisco
button
has.
feature.
Oh, okay. Okay, I was like, they had to teach Ollie how to run that fast and like breach realities and be like, okay.
No, they just got the button.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, okay, I guess that's a good plan. I mean, it's like, yeah, Kara's like, okay, I know who they are. They're like, look, Kara's definitely gonna know who we are. I mean, it makes sense. And then Kara's like, okay, what are you guys doing? Like,
Yeah.
you're being weird.
And then they bring Kara and Superman and Lois back to their Earth to like help them.
They bring Superman back to Earth like 1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sure, where everybody's at.
Where was that?
And Superman's not like, where's your Superman at?
No. He doesn't ask anything like that.
No, nothing.
Never comes up.
Is there one of me over there?
Nope.
Never comes up.
Oh.
And they just show up and it was like, hey, yeah, these guys aren't who they're supposed to be right now, but they are who they say they are. Yeah. Wrap your mind around that.
Okay, then what?
So then Arrow starts up. Like that was the end of Flash, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was all Flash.
So then,
that was all Flash.
So then they go to Star City and they have to do the same thing, but with like arrows,
Yeah.
like friends.
Yeah.
There go, I'm not really Arrow. Felicity, I'm not really Arrow. I trust you.
Oh, so there's this big thing that Ollie doesn't tell Felicity that they're
Oh yeah.
So like it was like this big reveal, and then it just like goes into more that their relationship is like really shit right now.
Yeah, so let me catch you up in season 7 of motherfucking Arrow. It opens up with Ollie in jail. My name is Oliver Queen. I needed to become something else. I am inmate 4587. Like that's the intro because he's in jail and shit. And apparently
4587.
Yeah.
Okay, Ollie.
Michael Jai White's in there for a little bit, so that was kind of cool. I like that because I like Michael Jai White. But it's like he's just basically in jail, and Felicity's losing her shit, losing all control. The bad guy from the last season's still around, and she has to be put in witness protection program. Had to send Ollie's kid away and all that shit. She's getting crazier and crazier and unhinged, doing entitled white girl shit, but not seeing the repercussions of her own actions because she's always getting a get out of jail free type of thing somehow. Everybody just allows her to do it. And it gets to a point where now she's carrying guns and shit and fires them at people and shit. So she's become a completely different person while Ollie's been in jail, as has he.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, their relationship is shitty.
Yeah, and he's been gone for 7 months.
We're different people now. Like, she's like, we're totally different people now. Like, we can't just, like, come back together. But anyways, so on Arrow...
So then we get to Felicity being like, look, you should have told me. Okay, I feel like you're lumping this in with a lot of baggage.
Oh, we forgot one part in Flash. So there's this part where Flash, he shoots this arrow, and he says something kind of dark before he shoots the arrow, and of course, Iris hears that, and so at the end, she goes up to Barry, and she's like, Barry, I understand. Basically, I understand everything that's going on, yada, yada, yada.
Christy Violi.
But at the end of all of this, don't become Oliver Queen. Don't become Oliver Queen. Please, Barry, don't become Oliver Queen.
What's wrong with Ollie?
Save this city.
What's wrong with Ollie?
A lot is wrong with Ollie. She knows that Felicity and their relationship is shit because they're friends. Like, she knows that he's...
I didn't think that was going to be the talk. I thought it was going to be like, I love you, Barry. I love you, Iris. See,
No,
you need to
No.
talk more. Ollie.
she basically
don't
goes over and
talk.
does just what Ollie does, or just what Ollie called him out, like having emotional dumpings. She goes to Barry and emotionally dumps. Hey, don't become that guy just because you're playing his hero.
I mean, that's all they do.
So then we go back to like Arrow and all that stuff. Mr. Terrific is still gay, but he's dating a cop now, and he's working at Argus because the band's broken up because Ollie's in jail or just got out of jail. Fucking the whole thing with Felicity, the reveal and shit. She doesn't know that they're switched bodies and shit, but everybody else knows because they all divulge the information except to her. Because Ollie's like, we're rocky enough as it is. I don't need this shit too. She ends up finding out because someone like let their mouth slip, and she's like,
slow down. Wait, what? Okay, what's happening?
So everybody enters this room and they're speaking about how the bodies have been switched because they went and got people from Star Labs. So Cisco and all of them are there.
Okay.
So they're talking about it out loud, and Felicity overhears, and she's like, "What do you mean switch? Switch this, switch that? What are you talking about?" So they are like, finally have to divulge that they are no longer, the reality that she recognizes isn't real. That Barry's Barry and Ollie's Ollie. They're just swapped. So then she starts having a little thing because Cisco starts talking about how real Iris and Barry's love is that they recognized it immediately, but she didn't pick up on nothing. So now it's about Felicity again, not picking up on shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
All right.
She goes,
What's
yeah.
the girl doing? She handles her own shit. What's she up to?
Well, like,
So in 2, she's just hanging out with them. Then they go to Gotham.
Oh, we go to
Supergirl.
Gotham at number 2?
Yep.
Supergirl, Barry, and Ollie go to Gotham together. Superman and Lois, they go back to Earth 38 for some reasons. They just leave.
Wait, so they're on Gotham on
Earth 1.
So Earth 1 has had a Gotham the whole time.
Earth 1 has a Gotham the whole time. They have the bat signal and everything, but they just have the bat woman.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna hold that off till then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold that off. Okay, then what?
So they get there, and Ollie doesn't believe in Batman.
Nope.
He thinks he's a myth. Doesn't believe there's no such thing as a Batman, and so
I like that.
he's like,
I thought it was a nice joke.
There can't be a Batman. They get arrested. How did they get arrested, Chris?
They got arrested because
Oh yeah,
I don't remember.
Barry came, and he's still like wanted or something like that. Like they're still like.
oh, that's right.
And
Because
so-
like in that season for Arrow, like Ollie's still a fugitive and shit.
Right.
So when they went to Gotham and they did some shit, like being the fugitive and being caught, he ended up in jail and all that shit.
Yeah. So they ended up in jail, and then Kate Kane did their bail, so she got him out and brought him to Wayne Industry or Enterprises, and that's where she like introduced herself to them. Yada yada.
But you don't see Bruce at all.
No.
Not at
So
all.
they say something like, "Hey, I got a cousin."
They do mention that
My
reason
cousin
why
owns
he's
this
not
place.
there. Yeah. She's like, Bruce is my cousin. He's not here, and I'm turning his new building into like something else. She's like,
Yeah.
renovating it.
They acknowledge in absence, but they don't explain it.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. They could use like that tower for like all kinds. It's like a watchtower that they could use for like all the Batman-related people in Gotham. All right. I'll save that for that. Then what?
Okay. So then she basically tells him like, you need to get out of my city. Like Gotham's already shitty enough. The last thing I need is
You two freaks.
is like
To
you
backwards powers.
three. That's the last thing I need is like you three coming in here and making things like a lot worse than it already is.
Wait,
Yep.
exactly what happened? You got his powers and you got his what?
No,
What exactly
she
did
doesn't
you
know
do?
any of that.
Yeah, but Corey's asking like, so you got his powers and you got what? His anger?
His skills, his arrow skills.
All right, well, all he does is throw punches.
His arrow skills. So, so what happens? So then they go to Arkham Asylum because that's where Dr. Destiny is. That's where he's hiding the book. That's where he's operating from this whole time. And so they go there, and then what happens, Chris?
Well, Dr. Destiny gets the book and everything taken away thanks to the heroics of Barry Allen, Oliver Queen, and fucking Kara Zor-El or Jor-El or whatever. So they get the book and everything, and then the Monitor returns and goes to the Dr. Destiny and is like, yo, man, think bigger. And then transports the book from where they were or where they had it and brought it back to Destiny. He's like, all right. So then he thinks bigger.
And that's when they teleport him to that leather jacket world.
Yes.
Yep. So that's when he thought bigger, and then they were the
twins.
Yeah, in that world, they're like criminal twins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and in that world, he becomes Superman, and he becomes Superman because he traps Kara at Star Labs and siphons her power into a being for right there because there's no Superman.
Oh, so Dr. Destiny was Superman.
Yeah.
In the black suit.
He turned himself into Superman in the black suit.
Cool, comic shit.
Yeah. And so that's the end of Arrow.
Not like comic related shit, just like that's like some comic booky shit.
Yeah.
That's just some cool shit.
They close up the whole Gotham thing of like after they defeat him, they're leaving, and then Kara is like, I have X-ray vision, so like I can see you, Batwoman. Because like Batwoman comes, she does this cool fighting shit.
Should have made your mask out of lead. That's what you fucked
Oh
up.
yeah, she jumped on the car and destroyed it.
Yeah.
Who, Batwoman?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, she has like weighted clothes and like heavy ass boots and shit.
I mean,
Maybe.
I guess.
Thanks, Jen, because that's what I feel too.
I guess so. But yeah, so Kara's like X-ray vision, you know what I mean? And then they have a moment. She's like, yeah, you're cool, yada yada. Then they leave, and she's like, don't come back to my city, kind of thing. Like, don't come back. And then yeah, that's the end of Arrow. So then on Supergirl. Supergirl, which is like called Supergirl but had little to nothing of Supergirl in it.
There's no League of Legends in this, is there?
No.
They're like, all right,
I read an article and they did that purposely and lazily. So there's some speculation. There's some speculation that since Legends of Tomorrow already messes with time so much that I guess in the last season they did something that made them go into a different time. So that's why they are not in this crossover.
And I heard like the last two seasons of the last season of League of Legends. Is that it?
Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah. Last seasons of Legends of Tomorrow was fucking dope. Because they just said, you know what, fuck it, we get it. We'll stop trying to be serious. We'll stop trying to be one of them. We get it, we're not Arrow. We're not Flash. We're the Legends. Come on, Wally. Get your ass over here. Come on, Eobard. So, yeah, that's cool. Okay, that happened.
So in Supergirl, we open up and the black suit Superman, he's basically like in charge, and he like turns Star Labs into his like home base, and Diggle and Killer Frost are his like two right-hand men, and so he gets beat up. Oh no, he loses Barry and Ollie because basically they do something bad, and they force the Superman to choose like catch us or save the people. And Barry's like, oh, just doing something bad makes me want to throw up. He's like, get over it.
He was wretched. Like Ollie was fine with it. Like, he's like I've dealt with this problem like so many times. I already know how it goes. Us or them.
Oh, we just gotta break shit. That's all we gotta do.
Barry's like, oh, I think I'm gonna throw up. This is so bad. This is so wrong. And so they escape. And so when he goes back to his place, Diggle and Killer Frost are there, and they're just showering him with like compliments
praise
and ego boosters because he's coming in hot and mad, and he's like, I can't believe I lost him. And they're like, don't worry, all powerful, you'll get him. It doesn't matter. Like, it's all good.
I'm just weak Skeletor. Just in his Skeletor.
Just like Skeletor, just showering them to boost his ego.
And he's like, you think so? He's like, we know so.
Wait.
Like,
Okay, so Bruce Barry ego?
no, Superman's
Oh, the Bruce is Superman. So the Doctor
Destiny.
Destiny, the fake Superman, shows up, and then Diggle, for some reason, who's there, and Killer Frost, who could probably kill Superman if she really wanted to, is there. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in this reality, they're like working for him. So so that's why they're showering him with compliments and stuff. And then also, who's working for him? Kara's sister. Don't know how she got there. Don't know how she got to Earth One, but she's there.
Imagine just like sweeping and be like, hey,
You just
by the way,
needed
boss,
like a
how's it
character.
working here?
You needed a character from each show to be in Star Labs.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why. So then like Barry and Ollie leave, and they're trying to figure out what to
We
do.
can't take any of the aliens from Supergirl because
Right.
then we can't have a show.
They come at the end. But anyways, come on.
So like they enter this bar, and they're all looking for like Cisco Ramon, and Cisco Ramon is a fucking kingpin in this world and shit. He breaches into banks and takes all the money that he wants, leaves, and runs an operation and shit.
Remember when
Nobody.
he was, like, the number like one villain in the Zoom world besides Zoom?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, hey, I'm telling you, if we would have had a Cisco show, they would have quit with the cheese after season 1 and be like, oh, this is what you want. All right.
Yeah,
Then what?
yeah. So they say, hey, we need to talk to you. And he tells them to schedule an appointment with Go Screw Yourself. So he's a bad guy. Yeah. Big boy. Yeah, big boy britches on.
Oh,
So
yeah, he got his big boy britches
Go
on.
screw yourself.
Ollie touches him, and on the shoulder, he's like, did I say you could touch me?
did I say you could touch me?
Hand off me.
Yeah, he looks at Barry. He's like, did I say he could touch me?
Yeah.
Did I say you could touch me? Did I say you could touch me?
Did they do that?
Yeah, because like he's talking about being at Star Labs and like doing time there. So Cisco's like, yeah, I've done time at Star Labs, and then Barry and like fucking Ollie acknowledge it, and Ollie like says, yeah, we did that too. Hey, what'd you go in for? Did I say you could touch me? Did I say you could touch me? Like,
You guys think we're friends? This is the first time here, huh?
yeah. So like, I guess they go to him with this whole idea that they can get rid of Superman. So he's trying to figure out how to get rid of Super Dick. That's what he calls him. So they get rid of him by like trying to like reset some shit, or at least that's kind of what they like imply to him. Like, this is all wrong. We know how to get rid of him. We just need to breach somewhere to find the real one. Yeah. So they get to 38 after a whole bunch of tries, and like Barry shows them how to breach.
Solitude.
That's pretty cool.
So they get there, and then they tell Superman what's going on. So Superman's like, oh, and he's there with Lois. And then like Cisco's touching more shit that he shouldn't be touching, some hammer, like, or whatever that goes off. So then everybody goes back to Earth 1, and they have this final kind of showdown fight with Dr. Destiny and shit. As they're going about their business, Ollie and like Flash at some point run into this room where the Monitor is, and pretty much tells them that like he's done this countless times and no one's ever like defeated him.
This like apartment building. Don't remember why, but they go to this apartment building and they enter that room
because they just needed to.
They were trying to escape from people. They were out on the run
building,
and everything in broad daylight, wearing all black.
Wait, what happened?
They were out on the run in their like outfits, their criminal outfits, in all black, out on the run in broad daylight. So they just needed to get off the streets. So they entered the building and went into the room.
Oh yeah, that's convenient. And so the Monitor.
Oh yeah, that's convenient.
So convenient. It's so fucking convenient. Anyway, so they go to the
That's solid.
And then the Monitor is like there, and
that's convenient.
There's this whole conference, and Ollie's like, why are you testing? If you're testing us, let us get back to it. Like, he's just mad and angry the whole time. He's like, if you're testing us like God, then let us get back to it then. Why are you wasting our time?
So what is the God you speak of?
Yeah, well, so yeah, they get back to going to try and figure that test out and shit. They go to Star Lab, or they go somewhere. It wasn't Star Labs. I think it was like that Fortress of Solitude, which is just the speed chamber.
Oh yeah.
Or that speed room for Zoom and shit.
Gideon is or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they go there to like create the plan of what they're gonna go do, and essentially, Barry and Supergirl are gonna move at Mach 7, but going in different directions to slow down the time of Earth and all that shit. Blah 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 blah. But Superman's like, "Yo, if you do that, you guys are gonna die." Because I saw it when I put everything back together.
I'm just letting you know. You don't want to do that. I'm not saying I've done it, but I met a guy who did it.
Superman was holding the book and he was putting things back how they were.
Mm-hmm.
And when he got the book taken away by the evil Superman, that's when they came up with that idea. They're like, oh yeah, if we slow down the Earth, we can slow down time. So you and I
then we could take the book
opposite directions and we could do it.
It's like, God damn it, Dale Boomhauer, give me that book.
Like, the thing that I didn't get about their plan and shit is because, like, Barry's running that way, Supergirl's flying that way, they're going faster and faster, time is slowing down, but time slows down for everyone. How are they able to take the book? Like, is Superman going to get the book? But if, like, they're both Superman. Like, should only one be able to move? Or whatever. That's beside the point.
Hey,
they do it.
You fight that Superman.
Yeah, and then Superman saves Lois.
Too much of a budget. I ain't got
yes.
no budget.
Yeah, Superman saved Lois by moving fast as fuck.
Okay, let me just tell you, the Supergirl episode, that's where all the money went. That's where all the money went.
CGI fights.
Because you got Superman on Superman fighting each other, and they're flying in the sky and going through buildings and shit. And the evil Superman is like, how does it feel to finally be the villain? And then smashes him through a window.
He's like, why would I be the villain? I just got here.
I don't even know you. I've never met you.
What's going on? I just got here. You got my clothes on.
Nice outfit.
He actually does say that when he sees him. Clark does say that when he sees evil Superman. He's like, huh, nice suit.
Or his hands on his hips like this. He's like, nice outfit.
Mind if we talk for a second? And then flies him out.
Let me grab your ear for a second.
So while this whole thing is going on, while like Barry's flying one way, or Barry's running one way and Kara's flying the other way, Green Arrow left and went to go talk to the Monitor, breaks into the room, starts talking shit, big shit, calling him out and everything. Like, where you at, God? Like, type of shit. And then, like, dude finally reveals himself in the same room that he was before. He has this conversation with Ollie and says, like, the universe needs to be balanced and shit. You can't just undo shit. If you know that they're going to die in order to save the world, how would you propose that we fix that and shit?
Like, how would you balance it? Kind of thing. So we don't know what bargain he made with the Monitor. We just know he made a deal with him. So that Barry and Supergirl wouldn't die.
And they were starting to deteriorate. Like, when Barry made that speed clone that, like, started to deteriorate, it was kind of like that.
And
but
so,
they didn't.
Wait, who made the deal with the Monitor?
Ollie.
Arrow, yeah.
And they're like, well, yeah, Arrow's got to end, so. I mean, season 7?
Yeah, they were talking about that in that article too. Like, Arrow has been going on for 7 seasons. That's a really long time for a like vigilante or superhero show.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because they brought back Roy Hopper.
Yeah.
And Roy is looking old, and he's looking his size.
So like at the end, like Dr. Destiny, he gets that skull-like look because he has the book. And then he's trying to change everything back, but then what does he get hit? Like a sonic beam or something like that? Like,
well, no.
No.
Arrow shows up just in time, and he picks up an arrow, and this arrow is different from all the other arrows before. It's blue, so it must have been something that he got from the Monitor, and he fired it directly into the book and fucked his whole shit up.
Yeah. So then the book flared at him, and he's like, ah!
I like how the Monitor's like, you think my job's easy? Like, you think this is easy?
Yeah.
You got a job that you don't do. You think my job's easy? Piece of shit.
Well, like he goes to
he
goes to like the Monitor and says some shit. What did he say?
He's like, oh, you're not testing if we're something. You're testing
Yeah.
if we're good enough. And he's like,
Yeah.
me, I'm not good. But Barry and Kara, they're good. They're good people.
They're the best of us.
They're the best of us. And you can't destroy this whole world just because of some bad people like me, kind of thing.
That's oh man, I hate what they do with Arrow's character in like the show because that's who Arrow is supposed to be. He's supposed to be the best of them. He's supposed to be the guy that just does it.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
But I guess in this version, it's like they explain
He's
it at the end that he's just
He's
like
Batman.
He draws from pain, and so I didn't even have to watch Arrow. What he does is he causes more pain in his life, so he can draws on that pain to keep being a vigilante.
Yeah, and Monitor says that that's what he confuses as strength and shit. But I think there was another thing that I wanted to say about what Arrow was saying to the Monitor the second time. I think there was something else I wanted to say about Arrow, like talking to Monitor the second time, but I can't remember what it was. But it was like along the lines of like something about him being a god, or he said something else like based on what you were just saying, Jen, but I just can't remember. Oh well, skip it.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Well, that's how it basically ends, though.
It basically ends like Ollie has a conversation with Felicity. It kind of like opens up because Barry's like, you need to open up to Felicity, yada yada yada. Like, don't wait to fix it. Like, if you want to fix it now, you got to tell her that you want to fix it now, kind of thing. So he has that conversation with her, and then she opens up and tells him like, nah, we're different people now. Like, it's not just you that changed because you went to prison. Like, I changed too, kind of thing. So they need more time apart. And then Barry and Iris are cool. They're all good.
Oh, we're so cool.
They're like,
you still gonna disappear in 2025? Maybe.
Well,
Am I getting 8 seasons? Maybe. Who knows?
We changed the timeline before. We will change the timeline again.
What are they on? Season 5?
They're on 5.
Yeah.
They're on 5 right now. So no, for 2025, they're gonna need like 10 seasons for this. They're gonna be on some Smallville shit.
Superman and Lois Lane tell Kara that they're leaving Earth and they're going back to Argo because Lois is pregnant.
John.
Yeah.
I like Superboy.
So I actually hope they bring a Superboy. That would actually be really cool. But am I missing anything?
And then you can bring back Batman. And he's like, yeah, I got a kid too. And then you got Batwoman who's like, I guess I'll teach him in my tower.
In my cool tower that I rented.
Actually, Wally, you can come here too. You don't need to hang out with those. They're not even licensed. I don't even know who those guys are. You're what? Who are you exactly? I'm Professor Stein. I'm the Atom. What the fuck? Yeah, you're rid of them too. The monitor's like, can I keep these guys? Yeah, you can keep them.
Oh, Martian the Manhunter comes like during the fight. Like, so
for a split second. And for a split second, he says while they're fighting and everything, while everything is going down, they're fighting Superman and shit. They're like, Martian Manhunter or whatever, protect those people, and he protects people from fire.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna tell you. Yeah, the fire didn't affect him at all. He like looked into the camera and everything. It's like
he was fine.
He's like, is that fire? Oh wait, the camera's up here. Yes.
Doesn't matter.
This doesn't hurt me. Watch Supergirl.
Read the first issue of Martian Manhunter.
Seriously, like what that was supposed
Spoilers.
to affect him, but whatever. They didn't have the budget to have him the whole time, so it's like just at the end when it's like him, Brainy, and Lois Lane show up.
Well, really, you can't really have him do anything because he's a telepath who can transform into anything, and then he has like laser eyes and fucking straight like Superman. Like, that's just
I think like with the whole crossover and shit, the two things that Barry and like Ollie learned from each other, like Ollie learned how to phase and he learned how to throw arc lightning, but it seemed like he already knew how to throw lightning, like off the jump. Barry learned how to shoot corners or whatever, or attack his corners when firing the arrows and shit, even shoots arrows into Ollie's back, and fucking how to glide off of like web lines. That's what Barry learns.
That is horrible. So let me just tell you, he does it twice.
Damn.
The whole gliding thing up a building. and it looks cheap. It looks bad. Let me show you.
Oh, damn it. Now I'm picturing their green screen. Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Dude,
it was real. Jeez.
All right, well, shit.
Yeah, that's how Supergirl flew faster. Just like that. Just picture it behind me.
yeah.
I'll edit that.
Overhead presses. That's how she flew faster.
That's funny.
100%.
Well, shit. Well, yeah, that was Elseworlds. But did you guys like it all in all? You guys think these crossovers are getting better?
100% it's getting better. Like the first episode was perfect intro. It gives you that mixed feelings when you pick up a first issue of a crossover. You're like, what is going on over here? What's going on over here? Where did this happen? What's going on? So that's exactly how you need to feel when you get into a crossover. You need to feel confused, dazed, and overwhelmed.
Cool. I like it.
Yeah, they could have stuck the ending better.
Yeah.
Well, it's TV. If you stick the ending, you can't have more TV. That's how I feel about it.
Mm.
Yeah, if you like wrap this up all nicely, it's like, oh shit. Well, if we even use this guy anymore, it's like wasting them. Like if they put a bow on somebody's like character arc, like real nice. Like if they would have killed Ollie after you like cursed out the person.
Oh no! Like when I say like stick the ending, I don't mean like truncated and shit like that. Because you can still leave room for more character growth and pathos and stuff, and still have a solid ending, like of a arc or a show, so to speak. But yeah.
Afro Samurai just showed up. We literally just got done reviewing the Elseworlds.
Yeah.
Damn it, Samurai. I just went ahead and bounced to play Batman. Dog, we just reviewed. They caught me up on the Elseworlds crossover, the Arrowverse crossover. We just got done. They just got done with the Supergirl episode. We found out they win. So yeah, that's actually the show. 37 minutes in. Once again, thank you, Afro, for stopping by. Everybody else who stopped by, you guys can catch us on YouTube, Long Story Short Show, or you can catch us here at Esquadup, ESQUADUP on Twitch. So we're going to be here all the time, giving you more comic book content and then transferring it straight to YouTube the day after, or maybe 2 or 3 days after. We still got to figure out the schedule and how we want to put this stuff out. But yeah, again, Samurai, so we're going to catch you next time. And, I'll send you a ding or some shit so you can get the notification. I don't know how that works yet, but we'll catch y'all next time, yo. Peace.
Peace.